Hello everyone, Mark Latham here. I thought I'd do a posting this morning. What I'm trying to do is get a message across to an individual that I actually blocked the other day. And there were reasons why I blocked him. Otherwise I wouldn't have blocked him, would I? Anyway, I'll come on to this in a second. I'm not going to mention this guy's name because guess what? I'm being sensitive to him. I want to respect him and allow him the privacy and not to humiliate him. I think that's the way forward, and I think that's the decent thing to do. Don't you, dear brother? And you know who you are when you're watching this. But I've got some comments here that he's written on postings of ours, and I want to share them with the World Wide Web so that others can see it, and then you can make a judgment for yourself whether or not this guy is actually being truthful on a particular subject that he mentions. What I wanted to just start off with by doing this posting was really to sort of say that when people write comments on other people's blogs and whatever, they're human beings. We're all human, and when you write something and you're doing it from the privacy of your home and you send that message out to that individual and it's nasty, that's awful. That's not a good thing to do, because there's a human being on the end of that. There's someone that could be upset, could be distraught by what you're saying. So I'm asking everybody, most people that we speak to and share our postings with are very decent people, and they post in a very, even when they're disagreeing with us, that's absolutely fine to disagree. Nothing wrong with disagreeing. In fact, it's very healthy to be able to look at other people's points of view and see it for what it is. What I'm talking about here are those that will write something and then send it off with a snigger, knowing full well it's going to hurt someone. That's too much. That's just too much. There's no need for that. And we don't understand why you would want to do that to people, because that's not something that we would do. Unfortunately, in the real world, that's exactly what goes on. But the beauty of YouTube is that when that starts to happen and it becomes too much, you just remove those comments and you block the individual. Now, in this particular case, he became very frustrating because he started throwing accusations one after another about that you're a liar, you're a hypocrite, you're an apostate, you're this, you're that, you're sad, you're la 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 la. And it was boom, 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 one comment after another, and all of a sudden there'd be a nice one, and so it went on for quite a while. So it became a mixed message that we were getting from this guy, but overall the messages were becoming more and more vitriolic, and it reached a point where I was thinking, actually we can't debate with this individual. He's just got his own agenda, and that is to absolutely pummel us senseless with his nasty comments. Anyway, I'm going to bring out some of these comments here. I've copied and pasted a few on here just so that I can share them with him in particular. Right, this is to you, Mr. X. I'm going to call you Mr. X. I think you've got a real problem with women. I really do. And you need to look yourself in the mirror and start waking up a little bit as to the sort of things that you keep talking about. I don't think you're married, because if you are, I pity the lady that may be living with you, because it seems quite clear from the comments that I've got down here. I almost think you want women to be dominated. That a woman that freely expresses herself and shows herself to be happy within a marriage is something that you can't comprehend. You don't like it. You're not comfortable with that, are you? No, you're not. You want a husband to be like this, top of his wife. Yeah. I tell you. Anyway, here's a few comments. And this is the reason why you're blocked at the moment. In fact, I'm not even going to mention most of them. I mean, there's no point. I've already mentioned the fact you've gone through the hypocrisy bit, lying, you're this, you're that. I just had enough of this. We don't need it. So that's the reason you're blocked. But I want to point something out to you because it's very important that you try and understand that if you're going to write comments, remember what comments you've written down. So here goes. You mention here, where are we? Hello, why did you disfellowship me from your cult yesterday? Oh, it's a cult now. We've now got a cult going. Okay. I can't post comments anymore. You call me an idiot? Yeah, yes, I did. I did call you an idiot. Yes, yeah. I reached a point where I thought you're just being an idiot now, and that's what I said to you. And there's a reason I said that. You overdosed by Christmas and Easter. Okay, let's read on. You are a hypocrite and apostate. Your methods are worse than Watchtower's methods. Methods? What methods are those? Methods? You don't explain what those methods are. And I don't want to know now, because you're blocked, aren't you? Tell you, you don't even discuss. Well, that's the whole point of coming on YouTube, is to discuss. You see, we have lots of discussions with lots of people if you look at our postings. But you're accusing us of not discussing it. Well, I won't discuss things with you now, not in the present frame of mind that you're in. You don't even consider other opinions. Well, I'll leave that up to other people's judgment to see whether or not that's the case. You don't even care. You are a sad man. Now here we go. You're not even head of your family. Your wife rules over you. Okay, when I showed her that comment, she just laughed, and so did I. But it's actually, we laugh at these insulting comments, but they are insulting. And so I'm going to go on. Everything, another comment, and this is another comment that you've posted. Everything is directed by your wife. You are just her flunky. She directs you. Funny, you say. Yeah, well, it is funny now. I'm looking at it and being funny, but you're actually meaning that in a different way. You're just her flunky. She directs you. Funny. Interesting. I think you are a major problem with any woman out there that's being free to express herself and just really showing the world what she feels. I have one more question. Was it your idea to block me, or did your wife tell you to block me? Can you do something on your own, or are you just bringing home the money? Right, I'm looking you in the eye. My wife didn't even know I was blocking you at the time. I just got on with it. I made the decision. Okay? Hopefully that sinks in. Okay, in here. Right. Now, let's get on to a couple of things that you have said. Just to make things clear, I remind you, intellectual man, that you blocked me after my comment on your recent video about rape and rape being and can it be fornication? And I do this, I'm quoting his words, the grammar is awful. I put here your answer to me and then my original comment so that everybody can see. I am not a JW, you said. You're not a JW. All right. Well, here we go. This is something for the general public out there to decide whether or not this guy is a JW. I've got 5 comments here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, from comments he's made on other postings that we've had on our channel. And I'll let the public decide, let everybody out there decide whether or not this guy is a Jehovah's Witness, okay? His words, I am not a JW, all right? He might not be a JW now. But here we go. These are his comments, and I'll leave it up to you to decide whether or not it's the case. Here's the first one. This was on a baptism video I did about alternative questions that you need to ask yourself before you get baptized. It's one that we did a while back. And he's quoted, and I quote, "You are a hypocrite." This is his comment to me after the baptism. He didn't like the posting. It's quite obvious from this comment, which is fine. That's not a problem to not like the posting. It really isn't an issue. But then your comments. You are a hypocrite. Your remark about smoking has revealed you at last. Smoking is a dirty habit and certainly is not biblical. You are just apostate, not even worthy of our Lord. Matthew 10:37. And he quotes, whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and whoever loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he's put that in as a quote for smoking. Okay, just for your information, Mr. X, I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, and I never will. Okay. What I was getting at here, this is about freedom of choice. There are individuals that do want to smoke, and that is their choice. Now, as a JW, you can't comprehend that, can you? No, you can't. So, to answer the first quote about whether or not you are a JW, that sounds to me like you're a JW. Those comments are very JW, groupthink, mind-controlled comments. Yes, they are. I'm not a JW. Well, that one sounds to me like you are. But let's go on. Let's have a look at some more comments. The next one. You are a very devoted husband, don't you? That is fine. Did your wife tell you to celebrate Easter, Christmas and birthdays again? Okay then, but your devotion to your wife is then stronger than your devotion to our Lord, isn't it? It is sad, and you are a sad man. Okay. Did your wife tell you to celebrate Easter, Christmas, birthdays again? Okay. So, once again, that sounds to me like a JW. What do you think, general public? Is he a JW? Certainly sounds to me like he is. Well, let's go on to another one. Let's look at another comment. I'm not a JW. Here's the next one. And this one's to do with a video we did on the songbook. My wife in particular. I don't like this new songbook either. I was used to that one. The new words do not fit, and it feels strange to sing according to the new words. Not a JW. I don't use the English version, but apparently in my version I challenge the same problem. I don't use the English version, but apparently in my version I challenge the same problem, and that's where it finished. So he's not a JW, but he sings from the songbook. He doesn't like the new version, but it feels strange to sing according to the new words. But he's not a JW, but he's singing from the songbook. Okay, right. We got one more here. Listen to this one. One guy was disfellowshipped last year, and as a matter of fact, I don't mind, but we were close to each other, and when he had this judicial committee, I advised him what to say in order he can stay. But he did the exact opposite, and after his disfellowshipping, he offered me to give me a little money in order that we can talk to each other, because if you owe money to somebody, you can talk to him, even if he is disfellowshipped. Of course, I didn't agree. Such a hypocrisy. Not a JW. Come on. Who are you trying to kid? So are you lying to me? Are you? You see, that sounds to me like you really are a JW. On those 5 postings, those 5 comments you've made on different postings, that's JW all over. Slam dunk. In my opinion. I may be wrong, but the evidence is stacked against you, isn't it, dear brother? Alright, one other thing I'm going to mention, and this is the reason that I'm coming on to look at you and for you to watch this. you mentioned there about rape. You mentioned there that it's a sensitive topic. Yes, it is. But you also go on to say that it's very difficult to judge. That's your quote. Sometimes they blame themselves for what happened. Yeah. On the other hand, women can do a lot of things to prevent rape, but they don't do it. Women can do a lot of things to prevent rape, but they don't do it. Things like dress, company, etc. All right. You're missing the point of the video, aren't you? When someone is raped, it's a violation of that individual. They are the victim of a perpetrator that is overpowering them in some form, either it's mental or physical, but it's overpowering them. It has nothing to do with what they're wearing. It really doesn't. When an elderly person is raped, what is your excuse then? When a child is raped, what reason do you give to that one? When a woman is raped, can you see what I'm getting at here? It's not about what they're wearing. It's not about the circumstances. No one has the right to violate another human being like that, do they? Whether they're male or female. It's not just women, but you seem to think it's all about the woman. Once again, JW think going on here. The video didn't talk about that. It used some examples, one particular example of a Muslim woman, for instance, and I deliberately chose a very different religion being put through the violation of this awful crime of rape. But you're just straight down, oh, well, you know, they get raped because of the way they dress. You're missing the point. And I think you need to look very deeply into yourself and try and understand what you're getting at here. I think you have a very degraded view of women. I think you see them as some sort of object rather than as equals with men. Because they are. They are. We're a complement of each other. And that is biblical, my dear brother. So I'm going to leave it there. You have been blocked, but what I'm going to do, because I'm a Christian, this is round about now, knocking on for the middle of May, round about the middle of June of 2013, I'm going to unblock you. So there's my message back to you, and I'm hoping that you will come back in a civilized way, and that if you want to discuss these issues with me privately, that's absolutely fine, because I want to gain the brother. I don't want to become somebody that you will always be gnashing your teeth over. I want us to be able to, like, man to man, and be constructive and talk to each other. Are you capable of doing that? I certainly am, and so is my wife. So we'll leave it there, and I'm hoping that in the middle of June you will come back and we will be able to talk, because I welcome your comments to what I'm saying now to the World Wide Web. All right, that's it. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening to my rant. Bye for now.